I want to talk briefly about how to acquiesce, how to yield without protest, because that's how we learn to let go of things and accept things that we can't change. The Serenity Prayer says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, right? But it also goes on to talk about taking one day at a time and not trying to fill your plate full. And so what I'm learning about the power of being able to acquiesce is that you understand what's most important to you. You keep that in your peripheral vision, and you maintain that this is what it's going to take. This is the level of energy and fidelity, loyalty that it's going to take towards my goals to keep me focused. When we don't do this, we tend to get stuck, quite honestly. And so, what does being stuck look like? Being stuck looks like allowing others to lead you and drive your boat. It means you talk negative about yourself, you call yourself names, you tend to go in this circle of it. And I remember there are days where I just could not stop talking bad about myself. Somewhere in my lifetime, it miraculously disappeared, but I believe that a lot of it had to do with affirmation and being able to find some good things to say about myself. And a lot of them, quite honestly, were just scriptures that I put all around my house and I said on a continual basis. I kid you not, after I did this, it's just like my whole mentality shifted, and I just stopped talking bad about myself. I'm not sure what'll work for you, but affirmations work. If you use them like they're supposed to be used and you keep them close by, they will work. I think that I realized that I also was broken, and this is another thing that helped me not to be stuck, helped me not to numb out. I chose not to numb. I chose to deal with things. If I noticed something was wrong, I made a plan to deal with it, or to talk to someone about it, or to address it in some way, whether it was spiritually or just with a friend or socially or even counseling. And so in trying to keep my happiness and first and foremost, and choosing to not dwell in dissatisfaction, I learned how to move on. I also set good emotional boundaries. I learned who I could trust and who I couldn't. And when patterns began to develop of me calling myself names or treating myself bad, a lot of times they were directly related to who I was in relationship with. And so I had to get out of those relationships or end them in order to move on. Once you develop a sense of self-determination about what you're going to do to accept yourself, it might be journaling, it might be writing, it might be living that self-law to the fullest, it might be keeping a focus and self-evaluating regularly and continually and a couple times a week. You become healthy, you become